What's up, people? What's up? Okay, so my Wi-Fi for some reason has been acting up. Anyway, this year is going to be the year of impact. I am declaring it. I am declaring it. Okay, it is the year of impact. And we are going to be breaking down barriers, cutting through the noise, aligning our business with God's purpose for our lives. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Okay. So before we dive into the topic, I want to make sure that all of you women know that there is an amazing event. It is starting January 27th for 21 days. And I have over 25 industry leaders, 6 and 7 figure earners who are going to reveal to you all of the insider secrets, tips, tricks, all of that kind of stuff for you to break forth in 2025 in a really great and impactful way. It's a 21-day full-on academy. It is free, okay? Free. It's 21 days of amazing content and coaches giving you all of the tools and strategies that you need to win in 2025. And I want to make sure that you understand that it is completely free. So make sure that you guys go ahead and click the link. It is Women Who Lead. It is the Women Who Lead Summit. And I don't want you guys to miss it at all. Okay. So all of you who are coaches, aspiring coaches, or growing your business, this is going to be the event that you want to be a part of because it's a lot of information. Oh my gosh, I've had so many amazing conversations. This has been a monster to create, but well worth it because my year is a year of impact. And that means impacting your lives one person at a time, one day at a time. So please don't miss the Women Who Lead event. It starts next week. We kick it off live. And then every day you're going to be getting an email with all of the speakers, links, and all that great stuff. Also, they are all giving you like a bunch of free resources. A lot of stuff is coming your way and it's all free. All of us are gathering together as amazing, powerful coaches that we have built up to be to impact your life in a very big way. Okay. Because we want you to step into this year all new, knowing all the things, right? And I want to talk about unveiling some of the coaching industry stuff in this talk today. And so in order for me to stay focused and perform and all of that, I've been telling you guys about this. And I mean, you guys have to jump on it. Magic Mind. Okay. I already drank mine for today. So this is my bottle for tomorrow morning. This is Magic Mind. It's a mental performance shot. It has like lion's mane and adaptogens and like all this stuff in it. And it helps me stay freaking focused for real, because I don't know how I would have been able to get through all of the stuff I am doing without it, quite frankly. And then last night, I slept like a baby. I took their sleep elixir and I drank this bad boy and I was like so calm and relaxed. It has like light. What does it have in here? It has like ashwagandha and passion flower and lavender and lemon balm and chamomile and kava and all this other magnesium, all this great stuff in there. And it just helps you stay relaxed and it helps you go to sleep. So you guys, they were so awesome because they know that I buy their stuff all the time and they love me and I love them. And they said, you know what? We're going to give you a link for you to give to your listeners, 45% off. They can take the bundle. So use my link, magicmind.com/straight talk Jan. Okay. Straight talk is with one T, straight talk Jan, like January, because it's mental health awareness month. And we want to make sure that we stay focused, right? And so 2025 cannot look like 2024. It cannot. Okay. 2024 might have been a great year. 2025 has to be better because this is the year we are in. We can't move backwards. We can only move forward. Okay. And today I wanted to getting into unveiling and pulling back the curtain of the coaching industry secrets. And I want to do this with faith and simplicity because we have to like step up our game. Everything has to be better. Last year was such a mess with all of the crap on the news and politics and division and all of this ugliness that happened with don't talk to them if they're this, don't talk to them if they're that. It's bullshit. Okay. And so this year we're going to pull all that garbage behind and we're going to put God first in our business and we're going to start really having impact because that's what we are here to do. All right. So first, I want to begin by talking about when I was building my coaching business and how I felt lost and confused and imposter syndrome, and I wasn't good enough. And I know that this is something that a lot of you are going through as you're stepping into this new calling in your life, and you're like, what the F do I do now? Right? Because I know for me, I was lost. I was chasing the next strategy, the next idea, the next click, the next lead gen, the next. I signed up for so many courses, so many. Oh my God. So many different programs, so many different freebies, so many different things. And I find myself sometimes still trying to do that. And I got to pull myself back, because you're always going to think that the next thing is the best thing. The next thing is the best thing. And then the next thing is the best thing. Right. And they're all, listen, I've spoken to so many coaches that have so many different strategies and ideas, and they're all freaking awesome. Right. But we have to stay in our lane and really focus in on what it is we are expert at, right? Because I followed so many different experts and so many different ideas. When they weren't aligning for me, I just still try to like beat a dead horse and realize it wasn't working for me. Not that the expert wasn't the expert in what they said, it just wasn't working for me. I have to have something that is aligned with me and who I am and my values. And that's what you have to do too. Because when you try to chase the next best thing, you are constantly running after something and not catching it, right? It's kind of like the horse with the carrot in front of them. And when they want to guide the horse, they move the carrot and he follows the carrot, even though he's never going to get it, right? He's just following it. Nothing clicked for me. I felt completely like I'm not cut out for this. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. Maybe I don't have something people want. Like all of that kind of stuff started coming up, and it was ugly, and I didn't like it, and I didn't sleep well, and I wasn't thinking, and I wasn't focused, because I was listening to every other voice but the one voice that mattered, which was God's voice. And God really wants me to align my business with who he is and what I can bring to the table, and all my skill sets and wisdom and knowledge and all the stuff that I have. And it wasn't until I surrendered my business to God and said, okay, all right. I literally just sat in prayer and said, God, you know what? What am I doing? You're the one that should be the head of this business. This is your business anyway, not mine. I can die tomorrow, but help me have impact before I die, right? And that's when I realized that things started to shift for me, because I started to get more clarity. I started to really just step into who I am, because I am a badass at what I do. And when I was chasing the next thing of what to do, I didn't feel that way. I felt so diminished and depleted, right? And so I want to make sure that you start to shift yourself into what it is you are supposed to be aligned with, right? I started getting clients that just came to me because they liked me, and they liked the way I spoke. They liked my methods. They liked that I was no BS. They liked that I held them accountable, right? I didn't have to chase the next freaking marketing guru and clever marketing tricks and tips and pushing people to buy from me. None of that crap, right? And when I started to align who I was with my business, that then grew the business, right? Because as Proverbs 3 says, and it really does remind us to trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And in all of the ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Because when we try to do it, it's the roller coaster, just trying to just go with the next flow, right? And I want to make sure that you have like really actionable strategies that can start moving you in the right direction. For me, starting each day with gratitude, starting each day with prayer, that works for me. Hopefully, that will work for you. Starting with prayer, starting with scripture, starting with a way for you to just get your mind right. Because if you're pulling on this, the moment you wake up in the morning, you are already starting out in the wrong place, because the blue light and the news and the media and the DMs and the emails and that stuff is so consuming, and it will start to really deteriorate your day from the beginning. So start your day right. Start having some type of daily ritual that you use that puts yourself, God, first, so that you can start moving in the direction you want to move. Start making decisions that align with who you are. Before I started doing all of this, I was just making decisions on the next guru's advice and the next guru and the next guru and the next guru. And I'm going to tell you, they have great advice. I'm not saying that they don't. But before making any of kind of those decisions, I want you to pause and I want you to pray for wisdom. Wisdom. When I first started my career as a chef, I thought I was the bomb.com and that I knew it all, right? I'll never forget this day. I was going into culinary school. I was going into class and it was soup day. So we had to make soups, right? And so the chef looked at me and said, okay, you're going to be making a shrimp bisque. Psst, I got this, a shrimp bisque. Yeah, no problem. Well, guess what happened? I went into the lab to start my shrimp bisque, cut up some veggies, my mirepoix. I put it in the pot. I didn't know the next step. I didn't know the next step. So I'm like sitting there stirring the vegetables like, oh, shoot. I did not grab the recipe. I thought I knew it all. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there. The chef comes about 45 minutes later. He looks into the pot, takes the pot and slams it to the back of the stove. What the hell have you been doing? He says to me. Are you seriously still stuck in the first step? That taught me such a lesson. Have your mise en place in check, meaning have everything ready, have everything prepared, put things in order so that you can actually create the dish you wanted to create. I learned my lesson. Okay. And when I had my mise en place ready from that moment, that soup, that shrimp bisque actually won the award that day in that class. Okay. So before you start making these business decisions, get your mise en place in order, meaning get God's guidance, get these things in order, get wisdom, put your things in place so that you can then create that beautiful recipe that can be your award winner. Does that make sense? Okay. So I want to make sure that you guys are stepping into a purposeful life and a life that really aligns with you and not just something that you feel like you have to do, but something you get to do, something you want to do. Don't just do things because somebody told you to do them. Step into who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to create. Okay? Now, before making those decisions in my life now, I pause, I pray for wisdom, I pray for clarity, I pray for open doors, I pray for those things in my life because that is what has guided me to a six-figure business. Otherwise, I would be sitting there spinning my wheels for the next thing to do and the next thing to do, okay? And so just make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who believe or have alignment with what you have. I'm not saying that they have to be okay and yes, everything you do, but at least you have somebody you can lean on for support and accountability when you are coming up with the things you want to come up with in the world. People want to hear what you have to say, but they can't hear it if you're not talking, and they can't hear it if you're not stepping up to your greatness. Okay? So I really wanted to talk about all of these myths surrounding the coaching business because it's really getting on my nerves. Okay. Like some people are just amazing at what they do because they have a career in it. They've already done the thing that they want to teach others. And there's this big thing about, well, you need to be certified. You need to be certain. You got to go get your certification. Go pay a lot of money to get certified. Are certifications great? Of course. They teach you tools and tips and tricks on how to do a call, on how to, set up questions that are probing, like those type of things. Yeah, okay. If you want to, go right ahead. But you don't need to. Okay. I have a client. She believed that she needed all these multiple certifications to be credible. And we focus instead on what her God-given talents are, what her skill sets are, what she brings to the table and all of her life experiences by embracing her unique journey and who she is and why she is doing what she's doing and why she is good at what she does. And we launched her business and she's very successful without the burden of all of the extra certifications. Okay. So leverage your personal experience, leverage your innate skills, leverage your skill sets, leverage what you bring to the table. Okay. And if you say, I don't bring anything to the table, then build your own damn table. Okay. But you need to really start connecting to your personal experience and your innate skills and connect authentically with your people, with your audience, with your village, with your tribe, whatever you want to call them. Okay. You know how you do that? By knowing who you are, by speaking the truth, by stepping up. That's how you do it, right? Another thing I see is like only big name coaches can succeed, like a Tony Robbins, for instance, Dan Graciosi, or Russell Brunson. Well, not true. All right, because one of my wisdom to wealth clients, she started very, very small, very, very small following, but big heart. Okay, a big heart to serve women struggling. Okay, and by sharing her story, she is building a thriving business. All right, proving that genuine connection trumps fame. Okay, people get tired of it. They get tired of the big name, big this, big, 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 big. Yo, there's so many good people out here doing so many good things, and I bet you guys are one of them. I have a podcast. I had close to 500 interviews, and let me tell you something, the people that I speak to on the other side of my screen, I am so honored to know them. Amazing humans doing amazing things, and maybe they're not famous, but they are freaking awesome and they are helping so many people. So stop running after the fame piece. Run after the impact piece. Okay? Focus on building real relationships with real people, not AI, right? Don't chase numbers. Chase authenticity, chase vulnerability, chase connection. All right? Chase community, because people are tired. And you want to show up as you, really you. And I don't know about y'all, but I get really tired of chasing. What the F am I chasing anyway? Right? Here's another one. The algorithm is the key to all of your success. This is my favorite. The algorithm is the best thing you could ever do. Okay. So social media algorithms are great. They are, of course, we want to grow, right? They play a role. That's true. But true success doesn't come from that. It comes from value. It comes from you showing up consistently. It comes from your value-driven content that you are sharing with others. Why do I say that? Because if you're going to just go by the algorithm and go and be get a viral video, and then you got to constantly be chasing the damn viral video. Who the got time for that? I don't have time for that. All I have time for is giving people value so that they can win. Okay, so by focusing on serving your audience, the numbers will follow. I cleaned out my social medias like a year and a half ago. I literally sat there. It was like 2-3 weeks and deleted almost everyone. Okay, because I wanted to create impact. I wanted to create content that educates, that impacts, that resonates with people who are listening to me. Otherwise, what am I doing? Right? So we have to stop chasing the numbers and start chasing value. Algorithms are important, but more important is that when somebody finds you, do they find you relevant to their lives? Okay? So stop letting people just sell you on, oh, you know what? I'll build a big channel for you with a bunch of videos that'll be completely viral, and then that's how people will find you. Oh, I'm so tired, y'all. Right? So just show the hell up. Show up. Give people something to want to follow you with. Give people the truth. Give people the steps. Just show up, bro. Okay? Okay. So building a coaching business, how do we do it? How do we clarify? How do we do an I help statement? What is it that we do to start? Right? I want you to write down who you help. How do you help them for real, for real? Not just surface level stuff. How do you really help them? Right? Like a lot of you already know me. I help purpose-driven women transition into coaching business using their wisdom. That's what I do. Right? I make sure we tap into their wisdom, their God-given gifts, their talents, their skills, all of that, so that they can create wealth and impact in their lives and in the lives of the people that are coming to them. Right? You have to be clear about who you're working with. Now, do I have men that follow me and want to come into my ecosystem and sign up for my events and stuff? Yes, of course, because they also want impact. But my jam is women, right? So just simplify what you're doing. Don't get complicated. Don't overcomplicate everything. Like, start with one signature program, one thing that you do, right? And you will see how that will start to snowball. And then you can maybe add to that, right? Like my client, Rachel, she had really narrowed her focus to a single 8-week program. That's all she wanted to do, single 8-week program, right? She signed 3 clients her first month out. How did she do that? She was simple. She said, this is who I serve. This is what I do. This is how fast I want to do it. Let's go. Let's do it. Because if you put the practice into place, you're going to see it grow. You are. Trust the process. Whichever coach you're working with. If you feel like they're good and they are somebody you align with and you are really connected to them in that way, trust the process. Okay? The next thing is just to automate and then delegate. You cannot do everything. Okay? Use the tools that you can use to handle all those repetitive tasks, booking people, putting people into your ecosystem, making sure that you have some kind of landing page for emails to come your way, all of that kind of stuff that's repetitive. You don't need to keep doing that over and over again. Automate that stuff. Okay? Streamline it, scheduling, emails, follow-ups, all that kind of stuff. All right? And more than anything, I want you to really embrace faith over the fear. I want you to really think about what you're afraid of and then say, can I actually do that? If I paused for a second, can I actually do that? Yes, you can. Okay? Because when I first launched many, many moons ago, I felt like a complete imposter. And I wasn't. I knew a lot of things, but I didn't know everything. Right? And you're never going to know everything. Right? So just help who you can. All right? I mean, who was I there to help anyway? I don't know. I just started try to lean into my skill sets and what I do and how I've overcome and how I've really touched people's lives and how I've transformed lives. And that's all I focused on. All right. Because in 2 Timothy, it says, for God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and of love and of self-control. Right. That verse reminded me that fear does not come from God. So what am I doing? If you're feeling stuck or scared, that's not him. Okay. That's not him. If you're feeling stuck or scared, that's the enemy holding you back from your dreams. I want you to start replacing those fears with faith. Take the first step, whatever that first step is. Invest in yourself. All right? Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. The same way you bet on that car that you want to buy. The same way you bet on the house that you bought. Bet on yourself. Okay? Whenever it arises, whenever that fear comes up, because it will, I want you to counter it with scripture. Counter it with prayer. Counter it with faith and belief. Okay? I want you to keep a journal because you're going to start seeing God's promises come. And I want you to remind yourself of his faithfulness and how good he is. Okay? Because 2025 is the year to step into impact. No more hiding, no more freaking excuses, no more I can't, no more blah, 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 all of the stuff that you come up with to not push yourself forward. And another year comes by and you're still in the same place. And then another year comes by and you're still in the same place. How long? How long, guys? How long? I know for me, no more. 2025, year of impact. Period. There's no excuses. All right. Now, if you're ready to build a coaching business that aligns with your values, that aligns with what you feel God has called you to do, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. Okay. So you can always contact me. You know that. info@ninaperez.com. You can always go to my link in bios and all that great stuff. And let's hop on a free call. You might not make it into my program, but that doesn't mean you can't leave with a strategy. Okay. Because I don't take everyone. I'm very strategic about who I put in my program. But that doesn't mean we can't hop on a call and we can try to figure that out. Okay. Not everybody makes it, but that's okay. Right. And don't forget about the Women Who Lead Summit, because the Women Who Lead Summit is completely free and it's for you to help you grow and expand. I think I already have like 1 or 2 men or something that have signed up. I don't care. They're still going to get value. It's people, it's actually coaches, 6 and 7 figure coaches giving value to all of you for free and giving you a lot of free tools and tips and all of that. Okay. So don't forget to join the Women Who Lead Summit. And for those of you who want to stay focused for real and want to do something different and want to like like really hit the ground running, then don't forget your magic mind. Here, your bundle. Okay. One for performance during the day and one to help you sleep at night. I'm telling you, it's all natural stuff. It's all completely natural, beautiful, healthy. It doesn't give you jitters or any of that. I have this energy because God gave it to me. This is just who I am. I'm an ADHD person, right? So I have a lot of energy, a lot of creativity, a lot of things running to my head at the same time. But I want you to have a year of impact. This is your year of impact. Okay? Stop allowing everybody to tell you what you should do. Stop. I want you to really think about what it is that God put you here for. What is that you want to do? What is it that you want to do with your business? Okay, how do you want to build it? What do you want it to look like? Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And in all of the ways, submit to Him and He will direct your paths. He will make your paths straight. Okay, I hope that helped, because I really, really want you to not sit on your laurels anymore. I don't want your 2025 to look like 2024. For some of you, like I said, 2024 was great. That's awesome. But that means 2025 is momentum. You should be moving forward, not sitting on and doing nothing, right? Because life is freaking short, really short. Okay. And I know a lot of us have lost loved ones. So we know that it can come at any time, at any time. All right. I love you guys so much. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe with anybody you think needs to hear this and needs to move forward and needs to break out of any patterns. I love you guys, and I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. This is Nina Perez, straight talk, no sugar added. Until next time.